Welcome to Family Meal, everybody, where I get to meet with my neighbors and they get to share their awesome recipes with me, and I get to learn a little bit about cooking. Today we are here with my friend Sabina, my friend and neighbor Sabina, and tell us about what we're cooking today.
Hi David, hi everyone. We're making a recipe that kind of goes back to my home country where I'm from, Azerbaijan. I'm from capital city Baku. We used to make this recipe back in my childhood in the summer. It's a chicken stew with sweet cherries. Back home we use sour cherries, but we don't have them here in the US, so I replaced them with sweet cherries.
If you can find sour cherries fresh, Jersey City, send them here. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, where the hell are
It
they?
would make perfect recipe for this one. And we will also make some grilled vegetables. We're gonna use zucchinis today, but feel free to replace them with anything you want.
And this is like your Mediterranean personal
Yes,
influences
yes,
on the dish.
Totally, yes, absolutely. I would say though, like back in my home country, we would make this, and people probably also make some maybe rice on the side, but I am more, like you said, was Mediterranean influence, so I use a lot of grilled vegetables.
Is there a
in my
name for
diet.
this dish back home?
It's literally like chicken stew with sour cherries.
What's
That's how it
the,
goes.
is there what's the native tongue? What's the native language?
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta say it in the...
Vishneinen. I think
We're
that's
gonna-
how it goes.
Okay, we're gonna have to write, I gotta write that down. All right,
Yeah.
I'm getting my notebook because we are going to
Yeah.
dive into cooking. What we need to put everything together. And I'm gonna start writing it down.
Perfect, let's get started. So we have chicken breast cut in small and medium sizes. We have some onion here, salt, pepper, cardamom. We're gonna use lemon juice, Mediterranean influence, speaking of which. And then we
The
will...
cardamom, that's interesting. I like that.
I normally add it for flavor to my chicken. Then we're gonna make cherry sauce, which is gonna be sweet cherries. I'll use ground cloves. I will use pomegranate vinegar, orange.
Okay, I see the Persian influence.
Yes, we are gonna use again lemon and also orange juice for the cherry sour sauce, and we'll add some water to that. And then at the end, we will just grill zucchinis. No salt, no pepper, just like that.
Done, I love it.
Yeah.
A little oil or something, what's the vibe?
So for chicken, we're gonna use butter,
Okay,
which is like French way. We're gonna use butter.
Beautiful.
For vegetables, nothing. No butter, no salt, no pepper.
savage, I
Just
love
like-
it.
Yeah. Cherry sauce is ready. We can just like pour it on top of the chicken.
Cool, let's go, dive in.
Yeah.
I'm all ears, and if you need me to chop anything or grate anything else.
Perfect. So I need to add salt, pepper, and cardamom to this.
How much salt? Or do you have a feeling that you like to describe?
Yeah, I normally prefer not too salty.
Okay,
That's my natural preference.
so
I'm
just
like-
making sure
Yeah.
everything's a light coating. That to me is a
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and if we feel like we want to add more, we can add it at the end on,
Can't take
on,
it out.
on your individual plate.
Would you use different chicken traditionally for this dish?
It's actually a great question because back home we would probably use, most likely, use chicken wings.
Like legs, thighs, like
Yeah,
the whole.
thighs
Okay.
and yeah, that
Should I
whole
do that
thing.
when I make that for everybody?
I think so.
Yeah.
If you can.
On the bone, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do
All
that.
the flavor?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, let's do that. That would give more like the taste and visual representation of the food actually.
I don't want to break the fifth wall. Was that it? Is that what it's called, Joan? The fourth wall?
All right.
Fourth wall, if you look at me.
So
I'm looking at you,
that,
Joan. So what we're talking about right now is the cool
Yeah,
thing is I live in this
these
building,
cardamom.
and we get to take these recipes every month, scale them up, which is what I'm writing this down for, and serve them this whole building. Joan, come take a walk with me. So we're in Tower 1 here. You got Tower 2 here, Tower 3 here. It's a lot of people that want to eat and share their stories. I am lucky enough to get to be the one to capture them. So when you hear me talking about should we use chicken on the bone when we do it and we scale it up, that is what I'm talking about, this epic party that we're gonna have next week for all the residents here. So what's food if you're not sharing it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think dinners are a very like communal thing.
Yeah.
And growing up, we used to have dinner in my family with my parents and the sister, always like all of us together. It was more like a traditional thing in the evening to kind of sit down and all of us together, which is why I think it goes back to my childhood. Even now, I really love sharing food. When I go to a restaurant with my friends or even on a date, I like to share it. I'm like, it's a communal experience, and I think it's
How many dates before you're making this for somebody? What's the...
Oh, before I start cooking
before you break out the cooking. It was always my first date move, because I was broke.
And for me, no, it has to be like getting into a relationship when I know what I want. Right?
So that's, I know I'm in when you cook for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely like that. You know what? I'm just gonna put it in here. Okay. Now this is definitely Mediterranean influence. I love lemons, and quite frankly, I started using them a lot more after my last relationship that ended. He was an American with Greek background, and they used a lot of lemon, and I was like, I love lemon. And
he gave you the pass.
Definitely, I start using lemon way more than I used to.
Now, who cooked this growing up?
Actually, so I feel like all women in my family, like my mom, my aunts, both my grandmothers, they all actually were physicians. My grandmothers passed away. They were very renowned physicians, doctors back home. And they had like very demanding jobs, long hours, especially for one of my grandmas who was a surgeon. But all of them were like really amazing cooks. So cooking, from growing up, I saw a lot of cooking happening in my family.
So even with all that busyness.
Yeah.
I thought you were going another way with that. I was like,
no,
oh, so the men were cooking?
No,
like,
no. With
so
all
cool.
that business, they were amazing cooks. They cooked like really complicated stuff, not like this grilling vegetables. Like traditional Azerbaijani food really takes sometimes hours to make, which I wanted, but then I thought, I was like, oh my God, it's gonna take like everyone so much time. They were amazing cooks. They cooked also like on holidays. They made traditional pastries, and those are really challenging to like take a lot of effort and time to make. My aunts are amazing cooks. My mom is really great cook. So it's kind of like in our DNA.
Okay.
And funny enough, I've learned cooking only in the US. Back home, I started working really early because my education was kind of like MBA in the evening. My classes were in the evening, and I had a lot of free time during the day. And I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I will start working. And since I started working, I was just eating out a lot and living basically my life like a princess. Would just come home after work, chill, not doing anything much at home. And I was like telling my mom that I don't like cooking. I don't want to be like you, cooking for like the family every day, thinking what you will be making for us. It felt like a chore for her. And the whole concept did not appeal to me. Up until I moved to the US in 2016, 8 years ago, I was like, eating outside every day is unhealthy. And I'm like, I need to start cooking for myself. And then it developed naturally more into like a form of art. I start getting creative. I use a lot of vegetables and just getting creative recipes and enjoy the cooking process itself. It's very like soothing, more like meditation, some sort of
100%.
for me. And my mom is shocked. Now I like take pictures, like really beautiful. The other thing of cooking for me is like eventually beautiful presentation, serving. Like I take beautiful photos. I enjoyed that whole aspect of it. And my mom is shocked. She's like, I cannot believe that you are cooking. You're the same person who hated cooking back home.
That's so fun. And do you have brothers and sisters back home as
I
well?
do have a sister who lives in Italy, in Milan.
Oh, that's right, the sister, yeah.
Yeah. Just one sister. She's a year and 4 months younger than me. She used to live in Milan. Now she lives in Lake Majorica.
Okay.
She used to live in Milan, then Lake Como, and then the final lake where she's at.
Seems like she's doing all right.
She's doing great.
So all the family has a really good view.
Yes, everyone. My family, actually, my parents are visiting her right now, and her fiance. I'm kind of jealous that I'm not there with them when I'm here. So yeah, this is about my family. Honestly, this is parsley, dried parsley.
Okay, so once the chicken is cooked a bit.
Yeah, I added this. You know, I sometimes don't always follow the recipe. Like sometimes I feel like depending on my mood, I just get creative. I'm like,
I get that.
Let's add this. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna take this cherries that I pre-cut.
Oh my God, I just want to eat them.
I know the cherries. This is the best. All right. Let's see.
Added the parsley?
Yeah, I turn it down because I want it kind of get soft and a little bit, not like fried, but just a little bit color, get some color. I think, yeah, this should be good.
Okay, 1.5 quarts of cherries.
Yep. Sorry, I'm gonna use this, my spatula. Okay, so.
Question for you.
Yeah.
If we were to get sour cherries, would you be dialing back like the vinegar and things like that, or would you still do everything exactly the same for the sauce?
With sour cherry, I think I would keep it the same.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, the same.
I didn't know if you were like
Yeah.
adding a little bit more of something to kind of overcompensate for the fact that there wasn't the sour cherry.
No, I
Cool.
don't think so. Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't add pomegranate vinegar. Maybe.
Maybe, but you
Depends
normally
on
do.
the flavor because
Okay.
the ones there, they're really sour cherries.
Yeah, so you wouldn't.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm gonna add some grounded cloves. Okay. So we are gonna squeeze again lemon and orange juice this time.
Okay, so we got a sour cherry sauce working here. We are
Yep.
looking at cherries, cloves, lemon juice, and
Yep.
pomegranate vinegar.
Yes.
And you're gonna do some orange juice too.
And I'm gonna do orange juice. Yes.
Zest or anything crazy like that? No?
You can add, but I'm not gonna add zest today. Just the juice. Yeah.
All right, so juice of 1 lemon.
There is like, it's not one, oh, maybe it is 1 lemon, yeah. Kind of like around 1 lemon, maybe slightly less, depending on the size, but.
Is there any heat on that pan, or that's just what's...
No, there's no heat at all for now. I'm just like prepping.
Cool.
2/3 of a cup water. Get some color.
What are you looking for to have happen in the sauce?
This basically, all the like liquid will evaporate.
Okay.
There will be less like liquid, but I still want to have some juice. And then we'll just like pour it over this.
Sabina, thank you so much for having me, for sharing your family's stories, your recipes, and this amazing dish.
My pleasure.
We are here cooking scaling up the recipe, and there's always just like kind of a little bit of magic that has to happen with that, where I take the traditional recipe usually that they show me. In this case, Sabina showed me this dish being cooked over a fire, and it looked like it was like a definite different method than the one like that we did. So borrowing some of those ideas. And you know, the other thing that she had mentioned is that, you know, this stuff needs to brown up and all these juices need to go away. So we're about an hour till go time. I need to maneuver some things around here. I got a vegetarian version of her dish going here, a little veggie stew for my veggie people that are gonna come tonight. But we've got the marinated chicken with salt, pepper, and cardamom cooking on away. I've got the cherry sauce, and amazingly we did find the tart cherries that she wasn't able to find and use when she showed me the recipe, the traditional ingredient for the recipe, not the sweet cherries. So I think she's gonna be very, very surprised and excited about that. But the hour before everyone shows up is always, I'm like, I don't wanna say that I'm tense, but I'm fucking tense. I'm so concerned I'm gonna just totally wrong someone's culture and like fuck up the recipe. So here we are, we're making it happen. I'm excited. I think it smells exactly like what our apartment did. So that's usually a very good sign. We shall see soon enough. We'll check back in like 40 minutes and see where all these things are. I should have cooked down this cherry sauce and combined it with everything by then. Keep your fingers crossed. Well, I just want you to taste it.
Okay, okay.
Honest reaction.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So.
Oh, wow.
How does it look? Do you feel
It's
good
good.
about it?
Yeah. Did you add sour cherries?
Yes.
Okay.
I had everything cooked down, and then I have some more juice just like cooking down or juicing.
Okay.
Come on over. All right.
Hello. All right, I'm gonna try this. All right, let's go.
Super hot.
Oh my God, it's really good. I love
It's
how,
so
like,
different with the tart cherry than the
it's
sweet
like-
cherry. Is this what does this remind you of home?
Soft. It's very soft. It's very tender. That's what I like about it.